Welcome back. In this section, we are going to download all the software we are going to use for setting up Windows operating system environment for Decsoft AppBuilder, so that we will be able to build Apk files without depending on the third-party machine to do it for us. For some of us who does not know Decsoft AppBuilder, let me quickly give you an overview of it. It is an application you can use for creating HTML5 apps, web apps, progressive web apps, and web extensions. All of these can be created without any other dependency. However, let us open our browser and see the website of Decsoft. So let's type in here Decsoft AppBuilder. So let's select the one that says Decsoft Home. So click on App Builder. Here we can see what we can use the application for. So, but in this section, we are just going to set up our environment. So let us get started. We need Java Jdk to be installed on our system. So if you want to know, maybe you have Java Jdk installed, so you go to your command prompt. So I'm going to open my command prompt. Then I will type Java version. So it says here that it cannot recognize the internal or external command, so I don't have a Java installed on my system. So what we will do is we will download the Java Jdk. So let's click on download JDK. So in here, let's go to Java SE download page. So from here, so I would recommend that we use Java SE 8. For unknown reason, I have tried to use this in the past. 11 and 12 didn't work when I was trying to create Android Apk file. But however, let us download Java SE 8. So click on this and then scroll down. Note that there is a license agreement we need to accept. So let's click on that one, accepted. So we are still on version 8. So ensure that we click on the one that says Windows 64. That is if your operating system is 64-bit. But if your operating system is 32-bit, so click on this one. But because my system is 64-bit operating system, so I will click on this. So let me click on this one. So Java is asking me to log in. So what I will do is I will log in with my account that I've created to download Java. So likewise, you can log in with your own account as well, so that you'll be able to download it. So after logging in as you can see from here, let me show all so that we can see what has been downloading. So in here we can see that I've started downloading the Java Jdk. As well, we will need let's go back to that page. We will need Java Runtime as well. So let's click on Java Runtime, this one, JRE. So let's accept the license agreement, and because I'm using 64-bit, so I will click on this one. But we should note that when we click the Java Jdk, we are using version 8U211. So ensures that you download the same for Java runtime environment. So this is the exe file because I would like to install it on my machine. So let's click on that one. So it has started downloading. So let's wait for that to complete. While Java runtime environment is downloading, so let us download another software we will need. So let's type Node.js. So let's click on Node.js. So this is the one that is recommended. So let's click on 10 points. At the time of recording this video, the recommended version is 10.15. So let's click on that one. That one is downloading. So another software we will need to install for the setting up environment is Git. So let's type Git. So let's go to ensure that you are on the official site of Git. So let's click on download, and then for Windows let's click on this latest version. So Git is also downloading, and meanwhile let us download another software, which is Android SDK. So let us click on download Android Studio and SDK 2. So let us click the one that says and download Android Studio. So let us agree with the license and click download. So it has started downloading. So all the software has been downloaded. So this is where all my download files are. So it's on my disk folder, is here. So let us start by installing Node.js. So before that, I will encourage you, if you are using Windows 10, right click, go to properties, and then click on unblocked, apply, OK, and then double click to install. So this is quite straightforward. So what we need to do is just to click next, accept the license agreement, next, leave it as default, next, installed. So it takes a couple of minutes to install. Let's wait till the installation completed. The installation has been completed. Let us click on finish, and then the next thing is to click on Git. So let's do the same. Let's right click, properties, unblock, apply, OK, double click, and then let's click on next. So we just have to install the default settings. So let's wait till that complete as well. The installation has been completed, so let us click on finish. Then it opens the browser for us. So let's minimize that one. So the next thing is to install Apache Cordova. So to do that, let's open the command prompt. So in here, let's type in npm install Cordova, then enter. So that might take a while for the Cordova to install. It might take a couple of minutes. So at this point, what I will do is I will pause the video and then I'll be right back. The installation has been completed. So the next thing is to install the Java Jdk and Java Runtime. So let me minimize this one. So let's click on Java Jdk. Oh sorry, I forgot to mention that we should right click on it and then go to properties and select unblock. So let me right click properties. Okay, that does not require. So let me go to this place as well. Let's see. I click OK, unblock. Okay. And then let's click on next. So we're just going to install this on it as default as well. So it's just to click next. So Java Jdk is installing. Although you may have already installed Java, but Cordova requires Java by itself, and Android SDK, that's the software development kit, requires Java as well. So it's take a while for the installation to be completed. So it's brought this up, destination folder, which is alright. Next. So installing. Java Jdk installation has been completed. So now let us install Java Runtime environment. So let us double click that one. So now let's click on install. Now it has started installing, so it takes a while. Now the installation has been completed. On the Windows, start here and type enviro. So let's select the one that says edit system environment variables. So now let's click on environment variables. So under user variables for Windows, so let us select the path and then click on edit. Now in here let us type new, and then let's go to, okay, let's go here, browse, and find seed, and then let's go to program files. Let's look for Java, and then Java Jdk. Let's expand this. Let's go to bin and then click on OK. So we have the JDK set for the environment variable, and let's click on OK. And now under system variable, so let us click on new, and then let's type Java underscore home. Now in here let us browse for where the Java Jdk is. Let's go to the local drive C Java Jdk, and then let us say open. So in here we need to copy this part. Just copy this part by right click, close this, and then paste it here, and let us click OK. Now we have Java home there, so let's click on OK. OK. So now let's try something, and let's go to command line. Let's type Java-version. Now it's working. So the next thing is to install Android Studio. So let us right click on that as well, and to properties, click on block, apply, OK. So let us double click that. So let's wait for the setup file to come up. Now let's click on next. We are going to install Android Studio, so we don't need to change anything here. So let's click next, and then let's leave it as default location. Next, install. This might take 5 to 7 minutes, so I will pause the video and then I will be right back. So let us click next and click finish. So let's wait for Android IDE. So now let's click on do not import, because this is first time we are importing. This is the first time we are installing Android Studio, so we don't have any configuration setting file. So let's click on OK. So this is what we have. So let's click on next. Let's click on customize, select customize, and the component to be installed. So let's click on next. So it depends on what you want. So I'll prefer to use this light. So let's click on, although we are not going to use the studio anyway, so let's just click on next. So if you think you would like to use the virtual device, so you can select this one, and we can see from here that we have Android SDK platform from this one, API 28 Android 9 Pi. So actually let's see if we can select this one, but depends on what you want anyway. So because I will be using my mobile phone directly to test the APK generated, so I won't use this one. Yeah, well, anyway, let's leave it as default. So let's add this one. So let's click on next, and this is the location of the Android SDK. So, and let's leave everything as default. Finish. So it will download a couple of Android SDK tools. So if we want to see some of the files downloading, we can click on show details, so we can see what's going on in the background. So I will pause this video and I will be right back. Download component has been completed, so let us click on finish, and let's go to configure and SDK manager. we can see that we can create Android APK version 9, so which is Pi. So, and we want our Apk file to be able to run on lower Android 9 device. So I will click on Android 4.4. So I will click on this one so that the APK we are going to generate will be able to run on devices such as Android 4.4 up to Android 9. So now let's click on OK. So the following component will be installed. OK. And now let's accept, next, and then let's wait for the platform to be completed. So I will pause the video again. Now all installation are completed, so let's click on finish. So, but however, if you think you still want to target a lower phone that uses Android 4.3, 4.2 or 4.0, so you can just click select this, select that, and this one, and then click on OK. So when you upload your APK file into App Store, any devices that is within the range of the install platform, so your APK file will be compatible. So let's click OK on that. So now let's click close. We don't need to open the Android Studio because that's not what we are going to use to design our application. So let's go to command prompt, cmd, and let's type node -- version just to check if our Node.js install properly. So let's wait for that. So that's 10.5, the one we installed earlier. So that means that's alright. Now let's type Cordova -- version just to check if Cordova has been installed properly. So let's wait for the response. So it takes time a little bit. So let's wait on that. So it's asking us if we want Cordova anonymously reports usage statistics to improve the tool over the time. Depends on your choice, but at this moment I will say no. I'll click on N and then enter. So it tells me that I have Cordova version 9 installed. After configuration of Android Studio, so let us open our app builder. So this is our app builder. So let's run a sample application and generate APK file. So before we do that, let us open a sample application. So for instance, let me click on alert box and then OK. Now let's go to let's click on this, which is an option dialog. So or press F4. So in here, let's go to Cordova. So ensure that this is selected and then Android is selected as well. That's the bash file we are going to generate. And in here, let's go to Android tab and let's make sure that keep running is selected. And here earlier when we install the Android SDK, we said we want our Android SDK to be 4.4 KitKat. So let's select 4.4 KitKat. So let's select that one, and then that's our minimum SDK, and then our target SDK will be Android version 9, so which is this. So let's click on apply and then OK. So let's click on save all and generate or build the current app. Now it's generating all the necessary files. So let's wait for that to be completed. So that has complete. So now let's go to where the file has been compiled. So to get there, let's click on this icon, Show Explorer. So now let's go to the alert box, compiled. Now we have the file. So let's right click on Cordova Android release and run as administrator. So we have command line opened, and let's wait for the Apk file to be generated. So now we have our build successful. So we can see it took 43 seconds and it has generated app release unsigned.apk. So let's expand here and have an idea of where the apk file is. So it's in Android app build output. So let's go here. It says in here, and then platform Android, let's see where it is, app build Android, then build. Let's see, are we in the same directory? So alternatively we can copy here and then right click. We can highlight here to up to release, and then come here, right click on this side and edit, copy, and then we can come to this folder and then we paste it there, and then we click on enter. So we have our file here. So now what we need to do now is to sign the apk file. So let me press any key to go away from here. Oops. Okay, let me minimize that. So to do that is we have to come to this icon, the Android icon here, and then select. Let me show you again. You click on that one, the small icon. So we click on key store. So before we can sign our apk, so we need to generate a key store. And to generate a key store, we have to ensure that this part is pointing to our Java Jdk. This comes by default anyway, but eventually if you don't have this pointing to key 2, then you need to click on this icon, and then you need to go to where key2.exe is in the Java file. Let me quickly show you that. So it will be here. Where is Java Jdk bin. So we will see the key 2 here. Let me make this bigger. Okay, this is the K2. So we just select on choose. So now it's there. So in here, as you can see, I have this field. So let's complete it to our own to what we want. So now the key store file, let me change the directory for this key store file. Let me set it to C drive. So I'll just choose C, and then I'll just say choose location. So when I click on, I put my password, I put my location, and then the province, country. When I click on OK, and you can put your validity. So this is the validity for the life of the APK file. So let me click on OK. So the key store file has been generated and updated successfully. So do you want to close the two? So let's say yes. Now we have generated our key file. So let's go to that icon here again and then select APK signer tool. So we have to ensure that this is also pointing to jar file, that is the jar signer part in Java Jdk. So now we have our key store here, just in case if your own is not pointing. So you have to select and then select the Android.key file key tool. So my password and then my APK file directory, so the one we generate earlier that shows unsigned. So let me get the link. So let me copy here. So I'll come here and then put it here, release, and then this is the app release unsigned. So let's select choose. So I have my alias, I have my password confirmed. So let me click on OK. So the APK file successfully signed. Do you want to open the zip align tool now? Let's click on yes. So now for this we have to also find this in Android SDK. So and here will be our input APK, and then this will be our output. So let me start from the output file. Let me just put C drive. So let me name it as alert. Let me say alert box. So choose, and then the input will be the file we signed earlier. I still have the link on my clipboard. So now let's select this one. If we don't sign this, we won't be able to add it here. So now let's go and search for zip align path. So our APK file can be found on here. If you go to your user, that's your system name, app data, local Android SDK, and then the build 28. So let's do it this way. Like we go here and then we can say window, and then here let's type /app data. In here app data. Okay, yeah, because where I am. So let me open a browser, another document file. So let's go to C drive, let's go to Windows, let's try this, app data, enter, cannot find spell. Okay, let me go to, I'm trying to get to user. Oh yeah, user window. Let's type /app data. Yes, localhost. Let's find Android SDK. Let's find build tools, and then here let's go down, and then yeah, we see our zip align. So let's copy this link and then let's come here and then enter. So now we can select the zip align, choose. Now we have our zip align here. So now let's click on OK. So now it shows that please confirm the APK file has been successfully assigned. Do you want to close the two? So let's remember our output APK file is on the C drive. So which means yes, let's close it. So let's go to C drive where we have the APK file. So here it is, our APK file. So thank you for watching and see you in another class. Bye.